I'm being asked to let go, to release my past, and to trust, to surrender to the divine, to God, my ancestors, my spirit guides, all the love and support and assistance. And I've honestly been struggling with it. I'm doing better now. I'm no longer a product of my past, as I've chosen to go down the path of doing the inner work, the introspection, and the healing necessary to attain my dream life, the life that I've always depicted for myself since I was a child. It's always ever changing as I've evolved and grown, but the main points that I've always wanted there are still there, and they still remain. And sitting in the in-between of transition, letting go of what was and walking in of what's to be and becoming, and really learning and leaning into the beauty and love that life has to offer, has been harder than I ever thought. And I'm doing it. But as I'm overcoming and doing the shedding of who I once was, it's like my heart is being tapped like an iceberg. It's stuck in this ice and it's slowly melting, and also with the work that I've been doing, it's happening a little faster. It's being tapped on. I'm starting to feel emotions more strongly because as a survival instinct, I used to detach, I used to run away, I used to self-sabotage. And this is my encouragement to you. If you're going through the same thing, you're going through a transitional space in your life, and you're doing the work, and it feels so dense, because what you're doing is you're replacing neural pathways of what's been done in your brain, and then you're healing your lineage. You're healing the ancestral generational traumas that have been placed upon you, and not a lot of people do that. So I am proud of you, and this is an encouragement to keep going, because it does get better. I am a traveler, and traveling is one of the main things that I've been guided to do. It's part of my life purpose, and it's always been a dream of mine to travel the world. I got back from a 6-month trip in Southeast Asia, and this trip was life-changing, and it just confirmed, it was the confirmation needed for me to keep going, and what I'm doing is the right thing. Now I've been called back home, and I've been home for maybe 3 months, and next month I'm going to be leaving to further my travels. But I was called back home to sort of address the things that I kind of put a muzzle on, that I skipped over in terms of family, in terms of my past, anything dealing with fear, limiting mindsets, betrayal, and all those other things that I've been working through. And it's coming to a close. It was definitely a dark night of the soul, and I'm grateful for it. But with that being said, it doesn't mean that I'm just not going to acknowledge how tough it was. And I'm still working through it. I'm still learning how to release, to have patience. And I've come to find out, I'm working through past life energies as well. All that I've been feeling has been tapping into inherently other lives and other energies that I never fully finished cycles in my other lives as well before this. And there's beauty in that, because it's showing that I am putting an end to this, but it's so scary. I'm gonna choose faith over fear, of course, but it's so scary to take the steps forward that are needed when you're moving now in a direction of love, of trust, and that's something that you never used to do. I used to want to control everything. I used to want to know what was going on, always be a couple steps forward, and that was a survival instinct, right? just because it was all I've ever known. And now, time and time again, I've been shown from the divine, from God, that I'm always taken care of. I am loved, I am supported, and the support will continue to be there for me. But it is really scary when I've done this for so long and come to find out I've done it in other lives as well. Like, I'm taking a new direction, and it's the right one, but it doesn't mean that it's the direction that's going to be easy. If everything was easy in life, we'd have all that we'd want, and there wouldn't be no introspection, no change for the better. It would be, quite frankly, bland and boring. But with that being said, we're human, and at times we do want things to come instantly, and it's not the case. That instant gratification usually never really is worth it. And I know I'm going the right direction, but as I'm loosening these reins, I'm sitting here and I'm like, maybe this fear has also been stemming of being scared to become who I've always wanted to be, who I truly am, and no longer showing up as all I've ever known. And taking the steps needed to loosen the reins, right? I'm beginning to feel the best that I've ever felt, and I'm really grateful for that. But now it's time for me to forgive myself and to forgive others. I struggle with forgiveness, and I've gotten better, and I'm still in the process, right? And more importantly, the big one is forgiving myself, because all I've ever wanted for myself is the best for myself. And yes, there have been events in my life that have caused me to close off my heart in a way. Now it's time for me to open up, and I'm really excited, and I'm really grateful for this next chapter in my life, because this is not the end. But I just want to give you a round of applause to anyone who's going similarly through this and who can resonate with what I'm saying. This is just coming off base of my heart, and I wanted to get it off my chest. This is helping me, maybe more than you, but I hope it can help someone out there who's listening. But for those who are doing the work, you are doing amazing, and give yourself grace. Show yourself love, listen to yourself, acknowledge your feelings, feel them, learn from them, and let them go. If you have faith over that, and you know you're walking forward with your best interests at heart, then you will always be taken care of. Rejection is redirection, and what's for you is for you and never will be taken away from you. So there's beauty in that, and the world is shifting. We are shifting into higher vibrational frequencies, and we should be proud of that. But with light comes dark, and this is a time where things are going to be coming up in our lives that need to be addressed in order to continue on to these higher timelines that we see for ourselves and that are in our best interests, and we have to let them go. And this is just giving you the assurance that it will all work out, and you taking the steps to do the work, you will be rewarded. But you have to keep going. Continue to do so, and you will reap the rewards and benefits. So surrender and trust in God, the divine, the angels, because you are supported and you are loved.